Good evening and welcome to the News Hour agenda. I'm Madhavdas G. The Tamil Nadu government is facing massive criticism for its crackdown on protesting farmers. Farmers have been protesting against the acquisition of their 3,200 acres of agricultural land for SIPCOT, or the State Industries Promotion Corporation of Tamil Nadu. On November 4th, several protesting farmers have been arrested, with 7 of them being booked under the stringent Goondas Act. There's growing anger against the government for invoking the stringent act because it is invoked to prevent dangerous activities prejudicial to the maintenance of public order. The BJP slammed the government and dubbed it fascist for this crackdown. The BJP state chief Tiruvannamalai took to social media to slam the government and vowed full support and legal aid to those families of those booked under the act. Tiruvannamalai has also announced a massive protest over the issue in Tiruvannamalai tomorrow. BJP's former ally I.N.D.I.A has also lashed out at the DMK government, asking on what basis did it extend support to farmers' protest against the farm laws in Delhi.
This is atrocious and arrogant attitude and the fascist attitude, mentality of the DMK and the Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin. 7 people are detained in Goondas Act. Why is that? Are they rowdies? Are they thieves? Are they burglars?
Slapping Goondas Act on farmers who fought to protect and save their farmland is barbaric and inhuman. We strongly condemn it. This clearly shows the authoritarian attitude of DMK. On what basis DMK extended support to those farmers who protested against farm bills in Delhi? Look at the double standards of DMK.
The DMK in response alleged a conspiracy to disturb law and order in the state, saying that 7 people who've been booked under the Goondas Act are not farmers and don't belong to the local population. The ruling party is also assured that they are in touch with the protesting farmers and that their demands are being heard.
Tamil Nadu government last week has arrested 7 people. The fact of the matter is that all these 7 people are not protesters. They do not belong to the local people. These are the people who were continuously engaging themselves in creating a law and order situation and unrest.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And for more of this, let's go across to our guest. Joining us is Umanandan, BJP councillor. With us also is Dr. Sumanth Raman, political analyst. Harish Mohammed Ibrahim, political analyst, also joining us on this particular story. Mr. Ibrahim, let me come to you first. The DMK government, which has in the past, the DMK has opposed the central government when it comes to the land acquisition bill where farmers were affected, or the 3 farm laws. Now with this action, where the Goondas Act has been imposed against several farmers, the opposition there in Tamil Nadu is accusing the DMK government of being quote-unquote fascist and farmer unfriendly. How do you respond to that, Mr. Ibrahim?
Yes. First of all, I want to make sure that the Goondas Act was not invoked with farmers first in place. And there have been by August 2023, there have been 20 farmers have been booked for allegedly creating an unrest, and they have been earlier booked by July 2023. And out of that, 7 of the farmers, they are not farmers in particular. There have been discrepants who have been associated with the parties like political parties like BJP, who are trying to create an unrest and amount, because the protest has been going on for 100 days so far. And there have been not even a single violence have been reported. But after 100 days commemoration, there have been a plan by these political parties, particularly by the BJP, to indict some kind of violence among the farmer circle and create a bad name for the government. And this was being given by the intelligence, and that is where the Tiruvannamalai SP administrations have taken some cognizance. And these 7 of them who have been booked under Goondas, not only indicted directly into the Goondas Act, but they have a prima facie evidence. They have been also booked by the then ADMK government for the 8-way lane protest, where they have been creating an animosity among that time the particular farmers community been having some kind of political animosity was being created only by those 7. And
Okay.
they have been all identified with not only with a farmer protest, but they are outsiders who came inside as a farmer's cloth.
I got your point. Now let the BJP respond to your charge. You're alleging this is some kind of conspiracy on part of the BJP. Let the BJP now come in. Umanandan, this is some kind of a conspiracy. These people aren't farmers. They are politicians in farmers' clothes or farmers' garb, as it were. Is the allegation coming in from Mohammed Ibrahim? How would you respond to this charge?
It is very natural. It is very natural for the DMK to talk like this. After all, they are from the celluloid world. Their founding fathers have come from the cinema who used to write stories. So now even their spokesperson and everybody will write cinematic stories. So I think that is the thing. I would like to ask this DMK gentleman one question. For the last 125 days, they were sitting in protest in the farmlands. In their own farmlands, they were sitting in protest. Why did the government keep quiet then? They were protesting in their own lands. If they were outsiders, they should have been attacked as trespassers then. They kept quiet. And now, midnight, 2 o'clock, they ascend, they remove the tents and arrest them at midnight, 2 o'clock. And second, I would like to ask...
Mr. Ibrahim, you have spoken. Nobody interrupted you, Mr. Ibrahim. Let her complete her point. You can respond to her. There is enough time.
They have been threatened to sign.
Mr. Ibrahim, please calm down. Please calm down. Everybody will get a turn over here. Everyone will get a turn. Let her make a point.
They have
Yes.
been threatened. The wives and family have been threatened to sign on forms which does not mention the farmers, the bird farmers also. And it is a fertile land on the Palar Basin. Why should SIPCOT take the fertile land? The SIPCOT should take it. There is some other ulterior motive in the guise of SIPCOT taking these fertile lands. There is some other ulterior motive. And I would like to ask, this is the first government which puts Goondas on farmers. Can anything else be more draconian like this? And this particular government has not in the position to accept criticism in a healthy way. And the law and order situation is totally bad. What does the form say? The families, the wives who have been threatened, that they have been indulging in all sorts of criminal acts. This is what they are telling. They have been threatened, the families, that if you don't sign, you will also be jailed. So the farmers' wives are telling, okay, kill us and build the SIPCOT in over our dead bodies.
Okay.
It is their own land, their own patta land. They are not, then they should have been arrested on trespassers. Why did the government, now they are coming out with this cock and bull story that they are trespassers, they are from BJP, all this cock and bull stories. They think we are all imbeciles in Tamil Nadu, that we will believe anything that they say.
Okay. Okay, Sumanth Raman, would you like to respond to that? These are all fictitious stories, and that if these were indeed outsiders, why for the past 120 days was no action taken against them? They were protesting on their own land, says Umanandan. Your response to her?
Yeah, okay. Madhav, first of all, you are, well, one minute,
Yeah.
madam.
Mr. Anandan, you made your point. Let him respond.
The DMK will now know the meaning of as you sow, so shall you reap. When they were in the opposition, they encouraged and fanned the flames of such protests at multiple places. Now it is coming back to haunt them. But let's face it, Madhav, when there are development projects, there has got to be a methodology which the government has to adopt. And you cannot, without acquisition of land, virtually there can be very little development in the term of large infrastructure projects. The Parandur airport, the second airport for Chennai city, is facing a similar problem. But to be fair to the opposition parties, the DMK fanned this exactly for years together when the AIDMK was in power. So as far as these people being arrested, if they have been involved in multiple agitations, then I think that the government is justified. I would not blame the government. One minute, madam. See, now perhaps the BJP can tell, for instance, the people of Chennai how development can happen without building a new airport. Bangalore and Hyderabad are way ahead. And we are losing out every day. And these people, and they are sitting and saying that you cannot build a second airport, take land somewhere else. Wherever you go, the same problem comes. Same thing happens now with the SIPCOT in Tiruvannamalai. So Tiruvannamalai has been a district where there has been very little industrial development for decades now.
Okay. You made your point. Ultimately, for development, there will have to be land acquisition. Why is the BJP opposing it? Yeah. Umanandan, respond to Sumanth Raman. I'm giving you a chance to respond to him.
This is a Palar Basin.
Yeah, one second. So, Suman, you made a point. Now let her respond. Yeah.
Tiruvannamalai is Palar Basin. While there are drier parts in Tiruvannamalai. Drier parts of Tiruvannamalai is famous, but this particular area is the Palar Basin. Why do they want that? There are drier regions in Tiruvannamalai. This is not the dry region. Throughout the year, they are doing agriculture. Here.
Okay. DMK spokesperson also joining us now. We have with us Syed Hafiz, R. Rajgopalan, senior journalist, also with us on the broadcast. Let me bring you right in. Syed Hafiz, the debate has been on for some time now, but Umanandan says, why acquire this land? This is fertile land being used for agriculture throughout the year, and also firmly rejecting the charge that these are not farmers. On both those counts, please respond to the BJP councillor.
Yes, BJP councillors concerned on keeping the fertile land fertile. She should have spoken this to the ADMK government. 3,100 acres of land in 2019. It is the ADMK government which acquired the land. At that time, these people were aligned with them. They fought the elections together for parliament. They fought the elections together in assembly. Major part of the acquisition has been successfully and democratically, peacefully has been taken.
They didn't put the Goondas Act on protections.
No, Umanand, I expect some decency because of...
Okay, one at a time. Yes, I will request everyone to maintain their calm. I'll give everybody a chance to speak. Let's not interrupt each other. Yeah, Mr. Hafiz, go on.
Okay, so it is the ADMK government which acquired the land. If she is very much concerned about the fertility of the soil, then she should have gone spoken to the ADMK government which acquired the land and should not have aligned with them for 2 elections. Now, having said that, 3,100 acres of land, sir. About 3,093 acres of land has been settled undisputed. The rest of the farmers are ready for compensation and they're agreeing it. The issue is only for the 7 acre of land when the protest was happening. The DMK government is simultaneously engaging itself to all the farmers group. We have been talking, and major part of the negotiations has been accepted by the farmers group because they ultimately want development. You know, the A1 who has been arrested in this case is not originally from the district and is not originally a farmer. This is where the problems come. No, this is not only the 7 people who have been protesting.
No, but she is asking earlier she had asked Syed Hafiz that if this persons were outsiders, why for the past 4 months of this protest were these actions not taken? Why were these outsiders or Goondas Act or whatever it is not imposed? If they were protesting peacefully for the last 4 months, why is it now that this action is taken? Syed Hafiz. Mr. Ibrahim, please do not speak out of turn. I will come to you. Question for Syed Hafiz.
Whatever question you posed on me, it was muted, so I couldn't hear it.
Let me repeat the question. They are saying that why is this action now happening when the protests have been on for the last 4 months? Why is it a sudden realization that these persons are outsiders is a question they are asking. Syed Hafiz.
The government, if it can realize it today, it would have realized 1 month back, it would have realized 2 months back. That is not the question. When the realization has happened, the government has taken the action. Now, just now when we went on live, the minister of that concerned district has given a press statement where he says, he clearly mentioned that the A1 in this case is not from this district or not the neighboring district too.
Okay.
He has come all the way from other district to initiate a protest.
Mr. Rajgopal. Okay, Mr. Rajgopal, outsiders have come in. It may take however long for the administration to realize. When we realize that they are outsiders, we have taken action and therefore the imposition of Goondas Act is valid in this case. Your response to the DMK spokesperson, Mr. Rajgopal.
Loss of 13 lives already in the previous regime.
Okay.
Not going to let that happen. And at the backdrop, let me complete because most of the time was muted or interrupted. So let me complete. Just give me 1 minute. I'll close my comment.
Quickly make your point. Quickly.
Yes. January, the Tamil Nadu government is initiating a global summit. And in this backdrop, there are some anti-social elements. We accept the democratic protest by genuine farmers. But there are some anti-social elements who are here to disrupt the efforts to bring in foreign investment.
Anti-social elements are trying to disrupt attempts at bringing in foreign investment because there is a summit that is happening in a few months. Mr. Rajgopal, your response to these 3 points.
DMK spokesperson and also DMK government answers and replies are not convincing. They miserably failed. I agree with Sumanth Raman. The reason being, DMK was fanning all type of agitations during ADMK regime. Now they are reaping the consequences. Second thing, if he is from another district, why they waited till today? You can't put the Goondas Act on a farmer who is doing it democratic rights. So what happened in Delhi during the farmers' agitation is DMK also supporting that violence and hooliganism. Why should they arrest a farmer on a platter saying that they are anti-nationals, anti-social elements? Why should they do that Goondas Act? So therefore, DMK government has miserably failed. Mr. Stalin is embedded with lots of controversies, including governor, state assembly, internal problems, enforcement directorate. So this also added. Therefore, people are dejected with DMK government. Voters are distancing from DMK government. That is what this nutshell, Gopal Madhav.
Yes, let me just come in now, and I have a question for Mr. Hafiz. Mr. Hafiz, I'm going to quote a person who's a known activist. Please bear with me and listen to my question because it's a very important point. Aruna Roy is no sympathizer of the BJP. She's a noted social activist, has played a very important role in formation of I.N.D.I.A, etc. She is among the 14 activists who on Tuesday appealed to Chief Minister Stalin to immediately release the farmers arrested. They have said, and I'm quoting, "We learned that they have been doing a peaceful sit-in protest in Patta land for more than 100 days now, opposing the proposed acquisition by the government." Why then has the government slapped the farmers with the Goondas Act? This is no BJP sympathizer. This is an activist, someone who speaks out in the cause of farmers, sir. And is known nationally. Mr. Hafiz.
No, we don't have a problem even if the BJP is coming up with a clear point and accusation. In a democracy, we welcome it. It is okay if Umanandan is questioning us. It is okay if
how do you respond to Aruna Roy? Yeah.
It doesn't matter to us who is questioning. As far as this protest is concerned, we have been initiating dialogues with the genuine farmers. The problem comes with people who have ulterior motive to create a law and order situation. It is upon these people that the Goondas have been acted. It is completely a administrative issue where the collector and the police decide if the Goondas have to be slapped on them or not.
Okay, many hands going up.
I again want to say that my minister's statement today in the press just before this debate started was this, where he said the family members of the accused have approached the government. They want to take back they have requested the government to take back the Goondas on them, which means if there is a need and if there is a...
Are you saying the government is going to rethink this? Are you saying the government is going to rethink this? Are you saying that?
No. If the request is genuine, government will definitely...
So there is a rethink. Is there a rethink happening, Mr. Rajgopal?
If it is genuine.
Is there clearly a rethink happening?
They should withdraw it. DMK is as confused as any other political party, Madhav, because Chief Minister does not know what is happening in the district. Chief Minister does not know. Chief Minister does not know what is happening.
Okay. One at a time. Mr. Hafiz, I'm coming to you. One second. I'm going to go one by one. Please calm down. I'm going to come to you one by one. I want Sumanth Raman to now respond to the points you were making. One second. Sumanth Raman.
Yeah. Madhav, two important points. One is on a lighter note. I think we should go with what Mr. Hafiz says, because for 10 years they have associated with many of these elements and fanned these flames. So when he says that they are not farmers and they are professional protesters and they are anti-social elements and all that, it is quite possible that they know them because they may have benefited from these same people, before 2021. So on a lighter note, it is, you have to take his word for it on that.
Okay,
the second
sarcastic
point,
there.
I think the government needs to has acted decisively. One second. The government here has acted decisively. 1 minute, Madhav. One second, Dr. Hafiz, 1 minute. The government has acted decisively. You remember the Sterlite protest. It lasted 3 months. It was peaceful. And suddenly one day, violence broke out. 14 people lost their lives. Had the AIA-DMK government acted decisively, like the DMK government has acted now, those 14 lives could have been saved.
Okay.
So it's all very well to say peaceful protest.
I want Umanandan to respond to that. Umanandan, this is a decisive action, says Sumanth Raman. This is a decisive action. He is someone who believes that things have perhaps come back to haunt the DMK, but at the same time saying this is decisive action that should have been taken in the case of the Sterlite matter. Your response, Umanandan.
I would like to ask Dr. Sumanth Raman this. Let him answer to the wives of these farmers who have been forced, coerced, bullied to sign on empty forms which does not mention about farmers' protests at all, but which only says all sorts of crimes, illicit liquor brewing, kidnapping, rape, and all the criminal things mentioned, and they are being threatened.
Shocking.
No,
Their families.
That's very shocking if it's
so
true.
what is his answer for this?
What is more?
That's very shocking if it's true.
Just to Russia and let him.
Madam, that is quite.
Why are the wives being threatened?
Okay,
If they are not
that's a very big allegation you're making, Umanandan. If true, indeed very shocking. One by one, gentlemen, one by one. Because all three of you are speaking at the same time. I want you to respond to this one by one. I'm going to come to Mr. Ibrahim first, and then I'm coming to Mr. Hafiz. Yes. Mr. Ibrahim, please respond to Umanandan. He's saying that charges are being foisted upon the families of these farmers.
Yeah, that is what Dr. Hafiz has said categorically, that they are not farmers, they have been anti-social elements, because out of 20
But you agree that charges are being foisted? That doesn't justify charges being faked.
Give me some time, sir. Give me some time. There have been 20 of them who have been booked under the Act, but only 7 of them have been categorically analyzed under the Goondas Act because they have a series of offences ranging from the 8-way protest lane till now. There have been antisocial elements right from BJP, Madam Uman's party also, because they have been forming an alliance to make sure to create an unrest ahead of the Social Summit Act, which is going to bring back so much of economy to the Tamil Nadu state government. Annamalai, who has been a crooked mind, doesn't want that goodness to be happen to the Tamil Nadu state government's agenda, right? Number one. And number two, Madam Umanath has been so concerned with the voice of farmers. What did Mr. Modi answering to all the Punjab farmers who lost their life ahead of such a...
Very glad you're bringing that up.
What is...
Same thing Stalin also doing.
Yeah. No. I was going to ask you this.
Action on that?
I was going to ask you this, sir, because, you know, the DMK in 2015 had staged demonstrations in Erode, Govichettipalayam, expressing solidarity with farmers and landowners opposed to central government's land acquisition policy. And in fact, there were several ministers, etc., who had participated in this. What has changed since then? Dr. Hafiz is a question that many would be asking today.
So, I again request you that my points have to go uninterrupted. See, if we are so, crooked and we have changed our stand, we will not engage ourselves in any of the democratic process, like how the BJP let the farmers continue their protest without sending a minister for an engagement with them, without Prime Minister directly responding to them. Here, our view is very clear. We want development. We want to save the ecosystem at the same time. And we are ready to engage ourselves. We are not going to run over like how one of the cabinet ministers ran over the protest. This is not DMK, and it is this party that is teaching us how to handle farmers and the farmer protest.
So we will impose Goondas Act. That's allowed. We will not run our cars over. We'll just impose the Goondas Act on them. Is that the logic, sir?
What made the government realize the issue and only put Goondas and only selected 7 people? It is through after thorough intelligence and surveillance that it has been.
Okay, thorough intelligence and surveillance. Mr. Rajgopal, 30 seconds. We're almost out of time on this debate. Your response to him.
Your MPs are running from the parliament. Your MPs are running away from the parliament after the
You go and ask Mr. Modi.
Not willing to hear the answer.
Okay, Mr. Rajgopal, would you like to respond to Mr. Hafiz?
What parliament are you talking about, madam?
I think we've lost the line there with Mr. Rajgopal. Umanandan, your quick response to Dr. Hafiz. Almost out of time.
Your MLA son murdered farmers on a broad daylight.
Yes, Umanandan.
DMK arguments are not well taken. It is high time the chief minister should consider withdrawing the Goondas Act because Aruna Roy has appealed to the government. And second thing, the summing up of this discussion to find the solution, because 2024 is going to be crucial for DMK.
Yes.
Why should they get into this type of thing? Let them withdraw this act magnanimously, because that will pave the way for a smooth functioning of the government.
So once again, I want to make sure...
DMK is already...
All right, completely out of time. Mr. Rajgopal, sorry to interrupt you there. Umanandan, as well as Harish Mohammed Ibrahim, Dr. Sumanth Raman and Dr. Syed Hafiz. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening. All eyes on what action, what steps the DMK government will take from here on.